Good morning, I'm Walker. This is Dance Walker Tarot. This is a general collective message. I don't usually do that. That's weird. Okay, whatever. Anxiety, fears. Let's see. Feeling overwhelmed. Like life itself is a nightmare. And you wondering which way to go. How to plan for the future in the midst of a living nightmare. Oh, fantastic. Okay, here we go. The Tower. Upheaval. A sudden, shocking, uncontrollable disaster. Oh my God, I don't like where this is going. Why is this a collective message? Okay, what to do about it? Ace of Pentacles. So there will be an opportunity after the storm clears for you to regain your momentum and your balance and to manifest a new life. So there will be a new opportunity for prosperity for you. It's like a promise after the storm. What was that? Noah's Ark, the dove or whatever? Do you know what I'm talking about? Help me. Comment below. What am I talking about? Hope in the form of a bird that shows up after a cataclysm and a period of feeling lost in the desert, to be biblical about it. And then having something manifest as like a pure potential. And the outcome here, oh, that's interesting, is the Two of Swords. So there is indecision. The indecision right now, it's because of the shock that comes from a natural cataclysm. Or something that comes in and wipes out your stability. Or what you thought reality was. You know, if it's not like a literal earthquake or an actual hurricane. You know, it's something like waking up to find, very day-to-day life example, an eviction notice on your door. Something like that. Or you wake up to find that your husband's gone and he took everything and wiped out your bank accounts or something. If it's less mundane, it would be kind of discovering, I could see this as going from living in the 3D matrix rat race world to realizing that that's all an illusion. And now what do I do? And what does it all mean? I was watching this comedy special with my mom. If you don't know me, I moved from where I'm from to the middle of nowhere in February this year. My mom was recently widowed. She doesn't do great on her own, and we were not close. Me and my parents are not close. We were never close. We've never been close. They think I'm like a different species, you know? They don't get me. They've never understood me. We've never had a relationship. They're Mormon. I was raised Mormon, and I'm fucking me, you know? So I'm clairvoyant, and I'm kind of this ancient creature who's been here the whole time to say, oh yeah, no, that didn't happen. That's absolutely not true. This is what that means. You know, and they're looking at me like, wow, why? You know, like, why, God, why this creature? But, as it so happens, I was trying to work on my relationship with them. And at this point, it's like, oh no, we shouldn't be in each other's lives. It's kind of how I'm feeling. Like with with my family, even though I love them. It's like, oh, wow, they do not. Like, they do not understand. And I can't explain it to them. And so who I feel you are is that you already know about the nature of reality. So who I'm talking to, this is who you're dealing with. The people in your life, your family. It's like what I wanted to say was I was watching this comedy special, Jim Gaffigan. I just love Jim Gaffigan. I love all the comics. They're so great to me. And he said this thing that was so funny. He was like talking about the pandemic and being kind of shut up with the people that you love, but actually having to be forced to like be in each other's lives, you know, and him finding, he says, and you find out that like nothing's real. He said something like, and everyone's telling you that nothing's real anymore, you know. And I'm looking at my mom and I'm like, is that how you feel? And she's like, yes. You know, I'm saying this stuff to her and it makes no sense. And it's like, whatever you're saying to people in your life, it's either this tower moment for you where you realize they're never going to get it, which is why we're still here at the Two of Swords at the end of it. It just causes more confusion. It's like you trying to clear up confusion in someone's life is just causing more confusion. If it's that mundane. You know, if it's you and you're like waking up to the fact that nothing's real, something like that, that's something that everyone goes through. And it's scary. And there are moments of pure panic when you realize, wait the fuck a minute, what's that? You know. And if you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is not the video for you. Unless you're guided to watch it right now. I don't know. Let's see where this goes. The situation is the tower. So when the tower comes up as the situation, I sit up and notice. It's something that is, you can't ignore it. If there was a false foundation in your life, if you built your castle upon the sand instead of brick, it's coming down now. Now is the time for deceit, lies, manipulation, illusions to be revealed. You could say the veil's being lifted. People are going to fall one way or another here. Don't let it cause you indecision. Don't let it throw you off your decision-making process being a seer. Whoever you are, you're a seer. So maybe this isn't like general collective. Maybe this is just generally in your life. If you're new to my channel and you're like, you're a little obnoxious. It's like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. Mama, I'm so sorry. I'm so obnoxious. 2 hot rocks in my pocket, huh? So, if this, okay, it's time for love. It's time for people to step up and be the divine partner to their divine partner. If they've chosen what is not real, if they've chosen the matrix, if they've chosen the rat race, if they've chosen to believe in what isn't real, everything's going to come crashing down and it's going to be too terrifying for them to accept and to handle. But that's them, and then here's you. So I'm seeing kind of different groups here of people who see and people who refuse to see. Again, I got in a fight with my mom with it. Like, we could fight all day, I swear to God. Like, about everything. We're fighting about Jesus. You know what I mean? We can fight about Jesus. You understand? So people could be fighting about peace for the rest of eternity, and you need to remove yourself from that fight if this is it. The masks are coming off. It's time. And here you are as the sun. You are enlightened. The world is an illusion, but you are enlightened. The illusion doesn't affect you anymore. It can't touch you if you don't let it. Oh my God, I swear to, look at this. The Lovers and the 6 of Swords. So this is you. Wait, where did this go? 2 of Cups. if you're not into tarot, let me tell you something. If you're not into tarot, let me tell you something. This is your soulmate. This is coming back into union with your soulmate. This is divine masculines and feminines or whatever. Do you understand? Like a soulmate can be a man and a man. Like I said, I've been here the whole time. I've seen soulmates who have, you would consider to be like same-sex partners, who have been together for fucking millennia, for millions of years, and now they're like in each other's lives, but they can't be together because of this social construct. Do you understand? So I don't know if whoever I'm talking to needed to hear that, or if you are surrounded by people who are homophobic or something, but that's not okay. You can't be spiritual and be hateful. You can't be woke, and be homophobic. You can't be enlightened and be bigoted, racist, hateful of any way, in any way or any kind. And you can't hate those who have decided to take that path. So those who have decided to destroy the ones who see, the ones who have tasked themselves or been tasked by their masters to kill the healers. I don't know what that's about. Kill the healers. It's too late. What to do? Judgment call. If this is you, it's time to make a judgment call. The separating of the wheat and the tares, like it says in the Bible, is done by us. We do it ourselves. We separate ourselves. Where do we go? Where do we fit in? What's real? What's right? What illusions am I clinging to? I've been trying to do this the whole time, and it's not easy. You really have to look in the mirror. How am I a hypocrite? I'm here working on my control issues like everyone else, and my abandonment issues. So maybe that applies to you too. But there's someone in your life that broke your heart here. And that broken heart, instead of destroying you, it's going to be the catalyst to your freedom and your soulmate and reunion with your union. Or just you. And if you're already married and you're already connected and you've already met your soulmate, it's you two really stepping into your power as the king and the queen, the dynamic duo. This is a wedding. This is I choose you, you choose me. With a balance, partnership, this is a mutual attraction. And this is a loyalty, and this is something that's beyond time and space. And it's like nobody belongs to anybody else, but you choose each other for a time period. This is that time period. This is the time period for the real kings and the queens to come together. The real sovereigns. And you know what? I'm going to say this and people are going to get mad at me, but a lot of the ones out there on the internet that call themselves the kings and the queen, and if you do, I'm not talking about you probably. If you are clairvoyant, this isn't for you. Those are the ones that are still in the 3D. They're still trying to step on everyone else's neck, to come out on top, to be the one, to being king shit of the castle. Whatever. And it's just a castle made of shit. It's not there. It's not real. Like everybody fighting for the devil's position, metaphorically. Not like there's a guy in a red suit. But there are those that live in the do as thou wilt mentality. And it's actually, no, you'll do, what universal law dictates, which is cause and effect. Whether you like it or not. So whoever you are, I don't know why I'm saying this, you know all this already. But there's a judgment call that needs to happen here with society. Or it's over. It's like we had a certain amount of time to try and get it together. We had until 2018. We had until 2020. And we had until 2020. If you're not choosing the truth, if you're not choosing to see the truth, it will be revealed for you. It will absolutely come crashing down until you have to look at yourself in the mirror. Like a David Lynch movie. Inland Empire. If you have a strong stomach. No more time for illusion. So if you already know that and you're still with me, and it's not that there's someone in your life that hasn't listened, it's that your divine counterpart is waking up now, or you're waking up at the same time, or you're already woken up and it's time to really come together and do your thing. Dynamic duo. An unstoppable force meets an immovable object and it becomes greater than the sum of its parts. Wow, what a threat. What a threat to the matrix, to the illusion, to the man behind the curtain. It's like whoever y'all are together, you reveal the man behind the curtain or something. And that's a problem for other people, but instead of choosing to try and understand you, they try to fight against you. And that's just going to cause heartbreak for them. Because their illusions and delusions and projections about you are not real. So anything that's not real anymore is going to be revealed. I think that's why the Mandela effect is kind of really important in society right now. And if you don't know what that is, I don't know if this is the reading for you, but you notice something. If this is you, and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm still with you, okay? Have you noticed anything different? Any little details? Have you noticed any little details? I don't know. Okay. What to do, what not to do for you. I hope this makes sense. But this is a connection. This is a connection that is going to be with you for the rest of this life and next life and probably next life. Maybe there was a separation. You've been together in a past life. Maybe you just both had to really deal with your karma and work it out before you could come together and power. It's like I'm seeing like a power up where you come together, hold hands, and it's like in a cartoon and you spin around, whee, and like fly off in the sky like superheroes. So, here in this place, what you can really do, what you can't do is do, you can't outdo the devil. You can't. Lil Nas X it, and slide down the pole and take over. Hell, that ain't how it works, but they'll let you think that you can to see what you'll do. They'll bait you, like the devils. Let's say devils. And they like to play in that Loki energy and tempt people. They kind of work with the angels. In quotes. Let's not argue over semantics here, please. They'll tempt someone to do something really, really horrible, and the angel and the devil will be talking to each other, and the devil will say, well, I didn't think they were actually going to do it, but doesn't that show you what a dirtbag they are, or how horrible they are, or something like that? But then there's this situation where, entrapment, the higher courts of law would consider those kind of devils to being laying foundations of entrapment, which might not have happened in the first place if they weren't meddling around. You can't observe something without changing that thing. I know I had to say that. What to do? Besides, okay, so judgment. There's no doubt anymore to make this decision with a finality. All this, what is it, skeletons in the closet? Is that a thing? All the skeletons are coming out of the closet, like I was saying. Everything's going to be revealed with society. With we all love this person. They probably had really good PR. Something's about to come out with some celebrities that everybody loves that you would never think. People have been put in really horrible positions because they are kind of undercover officers of higher law, is how I see it. So those are the people that have been squished into the ground like that. And if you went through illusion, it's time to realize that maybe you were doing some higher law work and snap out of it. It's time to snap out of it. Okay. You proved that this has happened, and now it's time to come into power with your king or your queen. And what I meant to say, like 10 minutes ago, was that, yes, there are real matriarchs and patriarchs, like let's just say real kings and queens here. but they ain't on thrones. You know, a lot of them, some of them, like the real emperors and the real empresses, or the real pharaohs and the matriarchs who used to sit in power. You know, the matriarch was the queen. She was in charge. She sat on the throne of power. This is a long time ago, obviously. Obviously a long time ago. Before, anyway, I don't want to go there. But it was a leadership of beauty. People, they were like naturally born in the way that a king and queen should be, in that they were loving, compassionate, smart. They suited each other for the different things that they could contribute to society. Not what can society do for me? What can I take from you to make a bigger house? No, it wasn't like that. Those people are still out there leading. They're still in the communities. They're still like the natural born leaders. And when they find each other and actually make it to adulthood without one of them getting taken out by, let's not go there. You know what I mean? Because the divine masculine, I see it so many times, especially with, like in the last 30 years, the way they've taken out divine masculines before they can actually get to adulthood and grow up and get to that point. You know, it makes you feel a little hopeless sometimes. But after the pandemic, what I saw was so beautiful. I saw from back in the day, way back in the day, before them they've found each other. You know, there's all these people that make little YouTube channels, you know, and like reaction videos and how to do videos. And I think people being stuck at home, it really showed me, as far as YouTube goes, as an example, who's real and who was putting on a production. Because as soon as the pandemic hit and we couldn't go out and you were stuck in your house with yourself, you could see the ones that were kind of really creative blossom. You could put them in a room by themselves and they could do things. And then there was those who shut down completely. All of a sudden they didn't have a channel anymore. You know, and some of them were like tarot readers, really big tarot readers. And it's like, aha! You don't have your team anymore. You don't have your production anymore. So now you're not, what? A seer anymore or a leader anymore? So what I'm trying to tell you right now is everything is being revealed. And those true matriarch, patriarch, pharaohs and queens and whatever you want to call it are out there doing their thing. Some of them do reaction videos, you know, like some of them do cooking, gardening videos. But they are out there. So this entire operation by these devils that wanted to make sure that everyone was taken out by this point, they're realizing that it's all coming crashing down. Okay, now you still with me? If you're like one of those people that was like, why am I listening to this? It doesn't make sense. What I was saying is you had to work through your karma, because this is what we do here. Like, this isn't the place to, you know, like I was saying, build the biggest house on the... Why would you want to build the biggest house in hell? Like, do you know where we are? This is not heaven. This is not where you want to build a firm foundation for the rest of your... You know, you want to work through what you need to work through. How are you a hypocrite? How are you a liar? How are you living in delusion? How are you being so self-centered that you get stuck in your own fantasy so that you can't get out of it again? Enlightenment. Divine union. A decision with a finality that changes everything. Something about the tower is it changes everything. You can't go back. You can't go back. So a lot of people are going to realize that the illusion that they were living in is gone, and they can't go back, and they don't know where to go because they didn't want to see the truth. So they're going to be stuck in these little thought vortexes that will be illuminated by those who have the means to do so, to keep them stuck in that place, those emotions, to be used as a little personal battery. All right. I don't want to talk about that anymore. What to do here? This is interesting. You stay away from fighting. The war is over if you want it to be. This came out too. So this is a brand new opportunity in its purest potential for the birth of a new love. There's this old song by, who is it? He says, I was a lover before this war. Who is that? So it's like you guys were lovers before this war, maybe in a past life, and something happened. And you're about to be reunited if you're not already together. And if you're already together, this would be a really great time to do one of those. What do you, remarry or something about your vows? So far away from that world. I don't know. What's it called? Comment below if you know what I'm talking about. You recommit to each other, but in a formal setting, and have a party and invite everybody. And that will be the signal kind of to your higher power that y'all are ready to go. Like, it's go time. Because it's like you... I heard this. Whoever you two are, you're very powerful and you're very funny. And you don't normally dwell in this situation. You know, like, this isn't your idea of a good time together. I heard there was this thing back in the day where I think it was a Linda Evangelista, who's a supermodel 90s. You would know her if you saw her. She said something about, like, I don't roll out of bed for less than, like, $500,000 a day or something. You know, she was just saying, like, don't call me unless you can pay me $1 million. And I'm hearing, like, we don't roll out of bed for less than an apocalypse. You know, so this is going to be kind of like seemingly an apocalypse setting. But it's not a movie. It's more in the mind. But that will manifest as physical destruction. So you two just remind yourselves that you got this. You know, you don't roll out of bed for anything less than an apocalypse. So in a way, you signed up for this. In a way, you've done this before. You know the signs. You're the canaries in the coal mine. Anyone that doesn't want to listen to the canary in the coal mine's gonna die. Oh my God, why? Why, God, why? All right. And if you're not married yet, let's go. Hey, let's go. Pop the question. It's time. Make that commitment. Have it be on paper. Who cares? If there was one of you that's like, I don't do that, like me, for reasons. Is this your soulmate? Do you know it is? Is that the king to your queen or whatever? Like I was saying, soulmates can come in all different forms, shapes, sizes, and genders. Whether you like it or not. Make that commitment. Look each other in the eye. Say, you know, I think you're really something. Let's do this. Let's throw a party. And it leads out with my favorite card in the deck. You're both leaders. You both have the same kind of foresight that you can come together and overcome anything. Nothing can stop you. Nothing. That's why they wanted to stop you. Right? So this is a time for preparation and planning and expansion, but it's your ships coming in. It's all this hard work. You're finally going to see those tangible results. Whether it's energy that comes forward as like a charismatic, confident momentum. You'll feel it and it'll feel good. Or it's money in the bank. You've been working towards a project and all of a sudden you're starting to see the actual tangible results that you can hold in your hand and spend. Goes hand in hand with the Three of Pentacles there. But that didn't come up, so it might just be you two. It might be you two against the world right now. You might have to be your own home. You might have to make your own community right there without anybody else. Because everybody else is going to be out there running around screaming in chaos. But that doesn't mean that you have to. You're removing yourself from this situation. You're staying in that leadership position, though. So it's like from a safe distance you lead. Okay? You don't have to watch. You can shut the rest of the world out right now. It's okay. With this, that, and the other, this is we found love in a hopeless place. This is a hopeless place right now. You can't do anything about that. You might have to come to the understanding that you might be the only ones left standing. But that's okay because you're both creators and you can restart from here with love, with money. So you'll have finances. You'll have everything you need in the moment. It might not be a lot, but you can start from nothing and build something. And you won't even have to build from nothing. You're going to be given, from your higher self, your higher angels, God, whatever, the materials you need to start again. So this is a beautiful time to be in love, believe it or not. With the world blowing up around you, this is a beautiful time to be in love if you're already together. Be focused and devoted. There's a devotion here. Instead of being devoted to even the war, the good fight, you're not going to be devoted to that anymore. You're going to be devoted to each other now. Instead of being devoted to work, maybe you're literal leaders in the community. Maybe it's a grassroots organization that you started that you feel very passionate about. Maybe you're lawyers or judges. Maybe you're very prominent. Maybe you're actual kings or queens. Okay? You've paid attention. You've seen what you had to see. You saw through the illusion. You worked on yourself. They worked on themselves. You worked on your codependencies. You're your own people, independently, separately. And now it's time for the direction change that ends up with you and your soulmate in your full power, together, on your thrones, joyfully. Renewing your vows. That's what I wanted to say. So this is a beautiful time to renew your vows. If that's not it, get ready. Because your forever person is about to come in your life. And that needs to be the priority over everything. Oh my God, 34 minutes, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm going to let you go. But, oh yeah. Oh, look at that. My next favorite card in the deck. 3 of Wands to 4 of Wands. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. This is celebration and harmony and stability and everything you've been working for. Finally, that's your life. That's your life now. So, throw a party. Celebrate. This should be exciting. This is freedom. This is you both finding your freedom and finding each other. All right, you guys, I love this. Have a beautiful wedding. Really celebrate your love. Even if you're the only ones there and you got a few witnesses, it doesn't matter. Celebrate your love. Renew your vows. Gaze deeply in each other's eyes and block the rest of the world out. You've seen enough. They've seen enough. You've both done that hard work. Now really focus on each other. Have fun. Have fun. Okay? Because that option is there if you choose it. If you don't choose that, what happens before I go? Let's see if there's anything if you don't choose that. Okay, so if you don't, it will be ego leading the way, and you'll just kind of fall back into a very strong, deep sleep. So that option is there for the both of you too, but I suggest you choose love, power, commitment, joy, and harmony. The truth will set you free. Love you guys. Bye-bye.